Hello, my name is Jim Lee, and I'm so glad that you're joining us on this day. Well, the time that I'm recording this, if you will, it is officially Advent season. And what is this season? It's a season of anticipation and preparation for the celebration of the Nativity or Christ on December 25th. However, this is a year-round experience, and that's what I want to get in today as we still are into this anticipation and getting ready for the Christ, but not just on December 25th, but being born in us anew now. So I want to start off with a quote, and it is this: the extraordinary thing that is about to happen is matched only by the extraordinary moment just before it happens. Now, this is Advent. That's what I mean. We are honoring the birth of Jesus. However, we're going to go in a mystical approach. We're going to go into it a little deeper. And what we're talking about birthing the Christ is like the second coming, and is the manifestation of the Christ presence now, everywhere, with everybody. It's the second coming. Charles Fillmore, the co-founder of Unity, said the second coming was the result of building the principles of being into the soul of man, where they begin to express through as the Christ. So what we're talking about, the Christ is coming again, but it's awakening in all of humanity, not just one individual coming down from heaven, but the awakening of consciousness for the whole human race. Advent now is preparing us for this wonderful awakening. I'm talking about it on a mystical level. And as we're doing this, we are, I would say, including 3 W's in this process. It is wanting, waiting, and welcoming during this preparation time. Let's take a look at the first thing, wanting. We are wanting for the Christ to manifest in and through us. We are wanting the awareness of the magnificence of the divine, of the light. We are wanting to experience, I would call it this wonderful saying that we have. We want to experience God is good all the time. And all the time, God is good. So on a mystical level now, what we want, check this out, is actually wanting us. And what we're talking about, this is an energy of allurement. So Advent is a mutual allurement between us wanting the Christ consciousness and the Christ consciousness, the universal essence of love, wanting us and arising newly in us. We want this every moment. Now this, what I'm talking about, is a seamless connection between us and this Christ consciousness of potency of love. And as we are in this mutual allurement, we're now going to relax in it, because the more that we want, remember, it's wanting us. So we'll start off with an affirmation. Just want to think about this, and we can affirm this together. And that is, I take rest in the awareness of the mutual calling between me and my emerging Christ self. Feel that I take rest in the awareness of the mutual calling between me and my emerging Christ self. So the 3 W's, the first one is wanting. And the wanting then leads into us during this period of time of waiting for it. Wait for it. Waiting requires patience. And I must admit, I don't have a lot of patience at the time, because I didn't used to. I do now. In the past, I was one of those who would say, are we there yet? And I would try to hurry things along. And when we are really willing to wait with patience, without struggle, and check this out, without complaining, we receive invaluable insights that can support us on this spiritual mystical journey. And if we could just point our faith into the whole concept, you know what? God's got this whole process. Something happens. In the gospel with the book of Matthew, the disciples asked, hey, Jesus, when you coming back? When's the second coming going to occur? And Jesus pretty much said, wrong question. The question should be, how am I supposed to be doing this? Or what am I supposed to be doing in the meanwhile? And so it is with us as well as with the disciples. The important thing is, how are we doing and being in this waiting period? And when I'm saying waiting, first of all, is not passive. It's not a do-nothing kind of waiting. Jesus said to the disciples and to us to have an active faith. One of the words that I like during Christmas time, and also period, is Emmanuel, and that means God with us. Not God has been with us, not God will be with us, but God with us right now, today. So as we are waiting, our faith should be that in this present moment, there's the beauty, there's the power, there's the presence of the Almighty. And this waiting is actually an opportunity for us to be thankful for the presence of God, thankful for the gifts that are already here. And I like, as you may remember, there's a singer by the name of Bobby McFerrin. He had this song entitled "Don't Worry, Be Happy." And he had an article that I read. Bobby McFerrin said this: "It is not the destination that's the most important thing. It's the journey as we're getting to the destination where the juice lies, where it's really important." So what I'm saying is, what looks like we're just marking time is really we're making time valuable when we acknowledge each moment of being thankful for and allow our faith to be aware that in this moment is the presence of the Almighty, and that something is happening when we use this active faith. It opens the door to our highest good. Next affirmation for us. Breathe this in. My faith has the power to bring the Christ consciousness into manifestation on the planet with seamless ease. Don't you just like that? Our faith has the power to bring this wonderful Christ consciousness into manifestation on this planet with seamless ease. Breathe that in. So back to the 3 W's. We've got wanting, we got waiting, and the next one, welcoming. In Luke's gospel and the nativity narrative, there's an unidentified person saying to Mary and Joseph, "There is no room in the inn for you. There is no welcome mat for the Christ." Well, it looks like today we have rolled up the welcome mat in our heart and we've got it closed off. And I could understand that. And because a lot of us have been hurt, and there's a lot of things that's going on now. This, I would call it, today we are experiencing what I would call hardness of the heart. It's an epidemic that's going around now. And you know what? it's really, I would call it a challenge for us because there's so many things that's going on. So much violence, so much catastrophe, so much pain and suffering that we see every day, and especially on the news, that we sort of close off our hearts so we can handle all of this. Well, I'm inviting us to do just the opposite, because when we put up a wall and we close off our heart, it blocks us from the pain, but also it blocks us from the beauty and the revelation of the divine, but also it blocks us for giving out this loving energy that draws and attracting all kinds of good things into our lives. And what I'm inviting us to do, yes, take a deep breath and have a welcoming heart. Open up our heart. I call it having a hospitality heart. There's a Catholic priest, a professor and writer and theologian named Henri Nouwen. And he has this quote, and he says, "Hospitality, therefore, means primarily the creation of a free space where the stranger can enter and become a friend." Well, that's what we want. We are inviting in the potency and the power of the universal presence to be with us. And as we convert our closed heart to an open heart, we are welcoming in all of the beauty and the wonders that's there. And what happens when we have this open heart, it removes any distinctions and separations from this Christ's presence and from us, and allows us to be sharing in the beautiful gifts and the precious awareness that's there and available for us, but only with an open heart. Affirmation: the living Christ is at home in my heart and is ever received with joy and gratitude. Well, right now we are living in the 3 W's: wanting, waiting, and welcoming the Christ presence. And it doesn't matter if it's Christmas time or not. This is a mystical experience of love wanting us as much as we are wanting us, wanting it. We are welcoming it with equal intensity so that the Christ presence can be individualized within us. So the Advent season, which is an open season, is a time we officially prepare for God's trip to us. However, any time is the time for us to receive this divine light. Yes, with a welcoming heart, we are in seamless connection and feel the allurement of the divine. So as we go forward during the day, remember what we are wanting is wanting us. What we are waiting for is also waiting for us. And what we are welcoming, the Christ also is welcoming us. So relax and feel the allurement of the Christ calling. Let's open up our hearts. Let's anticipate with patience. And let's want with all our heart to be an expression of the divine. And let's allow it to happen. So now I invite you now to check another video with my wife, E.Lee, who will be taking this talk into a deeper meditation. God bless you.